Okay, hello and welcome to the official 19 Alligators YouTube channel. Thank you so much for being here. And today we will be going through all World League casters and majors qualifiers according to me, based on a lot of different things. So, first, I need to go through some quick disclaimers. Number one, this is not going to be a short video. There are almost 50 slides to this presentation. I expect that it will be more of a video you have on in the background while you're doing something else rather than like something you're watching intently the whole time, because I just don't think I'm that interesting, if I'm being honest with myself. Um, Next, this is not a statistical video. I do have a few stats that I include here, but they're very like bare bones, more just so you have like a vibe of where the player is in the league. Um, yeah, nothing serious. Like if you want like a serious like lockdown, like figure out who's gonna get what place, like that's not me, bro. I'm here for funsies. This is my passion project. I'm not passionate about statistics. Moving on to my next point, there may or may not be editing. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to figure out editing. I've never made a YouTube video before. So, um, that being said, we'll see. Lastly, you may hear trains. I will add to that that you may hear cat noises. So, any like train horns or like jingle bells or meows, like it's a cat or a train. Like you can figure out which. Sorry. I even bought a little microphone to make this video. So hopefully you're not hearing too much of that because that would be bad. Um Thank you for listening to my quick disclaimers. I'll now move on to kind of some ground rules for how I made this presentation. So, how this works. First of all, these people do kind of get bonus points if they've interacted with me, because I want to. And because if they're nice to me, why shouldn't I reward them for that? Not that there's any like point system, even. Like, I'm just like talking about people. Um, yeah, life isn't fair, liberals. And get over it. Um, Next thing, I don't know everything about these people, just some of the things about these people. I'm not an encyclopedia, and low key, this is like a tiny esport. And so some things are just not like accessible information, and also like individual players have like different levels of comfort with how much they like publicize their lives online, and so like a lot of these players like don't really put much out online. I just thought of something else. If you can see the like read aloud voice options thing at the top of the screen, my cat walked on my keyboard the other day, and then when he got off of it, it was there, and I can't figure out how to get rid of it. So, like, you guys are just gonna have to deal with that, unfortunately. Um, but yeah. Um, the next point, these are real people, so don't be mean. So, yeah, I've talked to quite a few of these people, so it's like kind of funny to be making a video about them. So basically, they've been nothing but kind to me, like those that I've talked to. So just like be nice to them, like don't say mean things. Like if you wouldn't say it to their face, you probably shouldn't be saying it. That's like a pretty like basic rule. Um, so I did include cutie alerts because it's my presentation and why not? But if I like have talked to them like quite a bit, or if I know from like some interview they gave or something that they already have a partner, like I'm not gonna like comment on their appearance because I feel like that's odd. So just keep that in mind. Yeah. Um, Next, if I call anyone a little freak at all, it's not sexual. Little freaks in the context of GeoGuessr are purely freaky in the sense that they possess such a vast capacity for knowledge that I could never dream of having. And it's more of a comment on their intellectual capabilities than anything. So, kind of going back to these guys, like publicity of their lives, it will become evident that I have varying levels of knowledge about these people, but just know like it doesn't have any bearing on like how much I like them or like think they're cool or whatever. Like it's just more of like how much I've been privy to like them sharing their life and like who they choose to share their life with. So basically, just be nice to everyone in the presentation and also to me because I never made a YouTube video before. My cat's doing his list of evil tasks right now in my room, so I might have to like go get him at some point. So I really hope I figure out how to edit. Let's move on to our first major, APAC, being held in beautiful, stunning Tokyo, Japan. Tokyo Tower. Stunning. I'm gonna start from bottom to top, right? So our bottom APAC qualifier is spaghetti. This guy, I don't know too much about him. Every interview I've heard, he just seems like a nice guy. He seems chill. He's representing Japan in the World League. He's ranked 27th. In APAC, he's ranked 6th, so he's the last qualifying spot. His best mode is moving, and his game win rate is 42.3%. So yeah, basically just this dude seems like he's nice. I watched this interview that he did with Toby on the end of one of the um, World League um, streams, and I don't know, he seemed chill. And Toby was asking him questions about like how do you feel about like people seeing you as like the bridge between the Japanese and like the English speaking like GeoGuessr communities and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, like I didn't know that that was like something he really played a role in. Oh, he seemed like he kind of enjoyed like interacting with both communities a lot, and I think that's really cool. Um, as I think like the more we can have those people that are like connecting people from different countries, like the cooler it is, you know? Like so seems like a cool dude. Um he's like one of the OG players, so like gotta have respect for that. Like he's been around for a while. Um yeah, that's spaghetti. Next we move to Feneb. Now Feneb has a special place in my heart because he had such a specific answer when I asked what his favorite lizard was. Um, I included the lizard here. It is the frilled neck lizard. It is from Australia, and he has seen it, I think. Um, so Feneb is representing Australia. He is 24th in the World League overall, 5th in APAC. His best mode is moving, and his game win rate is 44.9%. I honestly, before I watched his Between Two Plonks interview, I didn't really know much about him. I thought it was funny that he wore suits in a lot of his like World League games. Like that's fucking sick, bro. But I listened to his interview on Between Two Plonks, and he's studying some like really cool stuff in school. Like bro kind of does everything. Like he's like super good at piano. And then he's also like studying biophysics in school to like identify markers for Alzheimer's or something like that. So like that's sick as fuck, bro. And I'm allowed to swear, I think, because I doubt this video is getting monetized anyway. If it does, I'll make about 1 cent. So all three of my viewers like stick around for sure. He just seems like such like a cool, funny dude and like very easygoing. Um, but like I feel like he kind of takes the world league like, oh, like this is a fun experience without really like too many expectations connected to it. And I think that that's like a really good mindset. And like it's not for everyone for sure. Like some people like want to commit to the grind like hardcore. Um, and they, like, have insanely high goals for themselves, and that's okay, but I think that this guy, like, he's got his shit together, like, he knows that he's doing an insane amount of cool stuff in his life, and, like, GeoGuessr is not the only cool shit he's up to, so, like, he doesn't need to, like, revolve his entire life and worth around GeoGuessr, and I love that for him. He just, like, seems like he loves to learn, like, whether it's, like, music or math or what he does in school or GeoGuessr, like, I feel like bro just has a love for learning that I really appreciate. Um, and I think he's also the only non-returning APAC qualifier. Not sure on that though. And I did give him the Certified Cutie Award because who doesn't like someone who loves to learn? And he wore the suit. He's dressed up. He's fancy. Okay. Moving on. We got Eamon. Eamon is our only New Zealand representative. He is ranked 22nd in the World League. In APAC, he's ranked 4th. His best mode is no move, and his game win rate is 47.2%. Now, this is another person that I don't really know a whole lot about. He has a very distinct coin terminology. So when someone says they pulled an aim in GeoGuessr, you'll even hear like casters saying this. It means that they guessed closer than their opponent, but they were in the wrong country. So like if a round is in South Africa, um, someone guesses Botswana, and it's like right on the Botswana border, and someone else is like way farther away, but still in South Africa. They're like over by Cape Town. That would be pulling an aim in because you got way closer, but from a different country, if that makes sense. Other than that, I don't really know too much about him. I feel like he's one of the people that, like, doesn't make a lot public. Like, I see him in Discord a fair bit, but he's usually just, like, playing matches and stuff, so, like, I don't really, like, talk to him at all because 'cause I'm not playing matches against him. Um, but yeah, that's Eamon. Now we have Lero. Lero is representing Australia. He is 15th in the World League. Um, he is 3rd in the APAC major. Um, His best mode is NMPZ, and his game win rate is 53.8%. Now, this guy, like, he gives, like, chill bro vibes, but he also gives, like, Giga Chad vibes. Um, but I also, like, don't know anything about this guy. Like, I don't see him anywhere, like, in Discord. Like, I haven't seen any, like, interviews with him. Like, bro's just, like, he's, like, in his own little world, and I appreciate that. He looks like he's got spirit, and also oh, I did have one more thing to say. Um, bro kind of, like, shot up the rankings in the World League. I think, like, no one was really expecting him to do as well as he did. And he was in, like, the top 10, I think, for, like, a week or 2, which really, like, kinda surprised everyone. But, like, bro locked in. Like, he's for serious, you know? Okay, moving on. We got we got Zigzag. Um, alright, so Zigzag is representing Australia. He is 11th in the World League. He's 2nd in APAC. His best mode is NMPZ, and he has a game win rate of 57.1%. Um, this guy, I think he's so funny. He's like the NMPZ YouTube guy, not Rainbow, not Rainbow, the guy that came after Rainbow. He's like the guy who loves NMPZ. He has a silly laugh, and I think that's funny. And he's also like the YouTuber guy. Like he's got like 250,000 subs on his main channel, I think. Um, and like I appreciate the grind that it takes to do content creation and play professionally full time. Like that's definitely like you gotta like lock the fuck in for that. And I can admire that. He's dedicated for sure. He's made a career out of what he loves. Um, and I think that's pretty cool. And he gets the Certified Cutie Award because I think his laugh is funny, and I think that he is funny in general. And I'm a sucker for funny people. I guess, like, I already kind of talked about this, but he's like the only guy that's been mainstream since Rainbow, really. Like, he kinda made it through the GeoGuessr audience and kind of made it to, like, a more generalized audience, and, like, his the format of his main channel videos, like, sometimes definitely reflects that, like, they're very highly edited, they're, like, pretty, like, "Then I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna do this," and I kind of like his, GeoGuessr Explained videos more sometimes for that reason, just because it seems more, like, natural and, like, laid back. And I feel like I, like, get to, like, experience more of his personality than, like, "This is what we're doing today, guys. I have this guy on my channel, and we're gonna see if he can beat me at GeoGuessr." Um, like, I still do watch his main channel content, so I'm not, like, shitting on it at all. It's just, like, I like his laid back stuff more maybe. Um, yeah, and he's still, like, fucking holding up and while doing content creation full time, and so, gotta give him, like, props for that 'cause the format doesn't benefit him. He's, like, in the trenches. Nothing in the format is helping him, and he's working full time doing content creation. And our number one APAC qualifier is Sheena. Sheena is representing Japan. He is 10th in the World League. As I said, first in APAC. His best mode is moving, and his game win rate is 55.2%. So this guy's another one of like the OG pro players. He at the beginning of the league, he wasn't really in a position to, like, be doing too much, and then, like, towards the end, like, bro, like, pulled it together in, like, this insane comeback. Like, he came out of nowhere. Because I was like, "Oh, Zigzag's got APAC easy, like, he's way ahead of everyone, like, he just can, like, sit back and relax," and, like, not that there's as ever really a lot of pressure on Zigzag, but, like, this guy shot out of nowhere, like, he had to be, like, 20 something, and then suddenly he's 10th, um, and Zigzag is 11th. Um, I don't really know too much about him personally, like, I think, he's another one of those players that, like, doesn't really talk about himself or have much of an online presence. More power to him for that. But I think that the format of the World League and the World Championships really benefits him, because I think he's a pretty well-rounded player. Um, like, his best mode is moving, but, like, he's not bad at the other modes, and it's definitely a plus if your best mode is, like, moving or no move in the World Championships kind of format. So I have high predictions for him going into the major and then the World Championship. I think he will qualify for the World Championship, based on me not doing math and just saying that to you guys. He just seems like he's well-rounded, and that's what will be good for the World League format. Well-rounded with an emphasis on moving. That's what you need. Okay, so now we're going to move into the Americas major. This will be in beautiful Dallas, Texas. DreamHack Dallas, I think, is what it's called. I don't know. So, our first qualifier. Now, Orlando kind of snuck in there at the end, and I'll talk about why. But Orlando is representing Brazil. He is ranked 30th in the world, ranked 6th in the Americas, so he's our final qualifier. His best mode is moving, and his game win rate is 40.2%. Now, this guy, he's the esports team guy. He's signed to some esports team. Way to make a living doing what you love, King. Um, I think it's kind of funny because I feel like every time I'm watching him on like the World League stream, and there's a Brazil around him. He always loses points. Like, and it's like, dang, like, walk around, brother. Go outside. Take a look at the palm trees. What are you? Take a look at the architecture. Study your telephone poles in the real world, you know? But, like, I can't. Like, bro seems like such a funny, like, sweet dude. Like, he seems like he's just there for, like, just he's like, "Yeah, I'm just, like, having fun," you know? Like, it's just a good time. Like, that's what he sounds like in all his interviews that I've seen. I've only seen one maybe, so maybe I'm just, like, talking out of my ass. But, he seems like a funny dude, and like obviously he's good at GeoGuessr, so like good for him. And he's learning to play guitar apparently. So that's kind of funny and awesome. Have fun with that, King. Um, he's goaded. Now I'll explain why he kind of like really lucked out. So I don't know how much I'm gonna go into this because I feel like everything that needed to be said has kind of already been said about the DevRick situation. But basically, what happened is like the GeoDevs handled this situation so poorly. So Dev and Ricks were the 39th and 40th players in the World League that dropped out. The GeoDevs basically handled the departure of Dev and Rix really in such like an odd way, right? So instead of just like removing all the points from the games, like total, or giving everyone 3 points regardless of whether or not they had played these two players, they gave 3 points to everyone that didn't play, or they gave 3 points per game to everyone that didn't play these players, and then kept the scores from the games that were played against these players, only by certain other World League players, if that makes sense. So basically, what ended up happening is like the guy below Orlando, Ocean Man, he got like shitted out of like, I don't know, gotta be like 2 or 3 points at least, which would have had him qualify instead. So that being said, Orlando qualified. And, good for him. He seems like a nice guy. But Ocean Man low-key got so ripped off. And it's like, it's so sad. So next we're gonna move to Gingy. Gingy is representing the United States. He is ranked 26th in the World League. He is 5th in the Americas division. His best mode is NMPZ, and his game win rate is 42.7%. So this guy just seems like funny to me because he usually has no reaction, but then like when he does, it's like extra funny. Um, but other than that, like again, he's one of those people that like doesn't really have like an online presence that I know of. Um, he is really good at Mexico. That's like his country that he's like specializes in. Um, so yeah, I feel like I don't know, like he just seems like a interesting dude. So next we have Fao. Fao is representing Canada. He is ranked 17th in the World League. He is ranked 4th in the Americas ranking. His best mode is moving, and his game win rate is 51.1%. So I have a few questions for him. So you did this one like esports interview. Actually, it's not even about that. You always have this bollard in your room, in like the back of everything. And I don't know if it's an Alberta bollard because there's yellow in the middle where the white should be, it seems like, and also like it's so massive. Like and like I don't know how big bollards are in real life because I've never seen one in real life. Like I probably have, but like in my head, bollards are in GeoGuessr. Um, so I didn't know they were that big. Why do you have that in the first place? I think that it's very sweet that you and Moo are friends. And I saw that when you guys had the GeoGuessr Rondo video together, they both were like, I'm the second best player in Canada. And I was like, oh, that's so sweet. Oh, they're so nice to each other. Oh. Um, so Fao, in the same way that like Gingy is the goat at Mexico, Fao has like memorized Canada. Like, bro, like you get a Canada round against this guy, like you're cooked. Doesn't matter if you're blinky, like you're cooked. Let's be so for real. Um, I guess my last question, it could be for him, but it also can just be like a general, open to the class kind of thing. Why you're posing zesty, bro? Like, I love it, don't get me wrong. You're eating, for sure. But like it's zesty as fuck. Like funny as fuck, but zesty as fuck. Um, yeah, that's it. He's got a little like, you know? to his poses, and I appreciate that. I think that esports needs more of that. So good for you. Next, we go to Moo. Moo is again representing Canada. He is ranked ninth in the World League overall, and in the Americas, he is ranked third. His best mode is moving. His game win rate is 57.1%. This guy, this guy is like the tank of GeoGuessr players. Like, bro's just solid every time. And so that's why he gets Bombardino because he deserves that title, you know? Like, he's got solid weapons. Like, he knows his shit. He is not gonna fall out of the air. He's got a solid engine. So, bros, unless there's like they got missiles or something, like I would say the Blinky probably has missiles. Then like he's kind of cooked, but like as long as there's no like missiles or like air warfare of any kind, he's cruising, bro. Like he's like dropping these guys like flies. So this guy seems very sweet and kind. I listened to his like one pro one caster with Bloom. Um, Bro just seems like such a nice guy. I think his friendship with Thao is very sweet. I think it's very awesome that they like, I don't know, I think they like go to the same university. So I don't know. That's gotta be like very nice to have some like in-person camaraderie of some kind and such like an odd hobby slash profession. I don't know. And yeah, the thing about GeoGuessr Rondo I put in here also. Basically, this guy's a tank, and I expect him to make it pretty far. So next we move to MK. Now, I have not heard anything from MK. Like, I have not had like proof of life. Not me specifically, but like I haven't happened upon any proof of life of MK in like weeks. Like, bro stopped uploading to his YouTube channel. Like, I don't remember seeing him in many worldly games like last week. But anyway, MK is representing America. He is ranked 6th overall in the World League. So he's pretty up there. Like, he's solid. He is ranked 2nd in Americas. His best mode is no move, and his game win rate is 63.4%. So he is what he would call himself generational talent. He is a Mariah Carey queen. Um, and what I would call him is a freak of nature. Because here's the thing about MK. This kid is like freshly 18 in high school, and he's invented a new play style for the game of GeoGuessr that has forced all of these older pro players that have been in the scene longer to like literally reassess their own play style and like the feasibility of it. Like Blinky didn't win that World Cup easily. MK held his own. Like it was an insane matchup, but MK was like right there with them. Like just when you thought he was out of it, he was back in. So MK's playstyle is to basically insta-guess every single round. He spins around and he knows exactly where he is. It's like he doesn't do 5Ks. He doesn't need to. Because if he can get the general area of where he is in 15 seconds and guess, his opponents now have to contend with having 30 seconds to read and guess closer than him. And when I tell you this kid is a freak of nature, this kid, like, the region guesses he's making are so incredible that it's not like an easy feat to be like to get closer to him, even with an extra 15 seconds. So for these players that are trained for like these longer moving rounds, when they see this guy insta guess and they're like, I have 30 seconds to figure out where this is, it's panic. Like it's kind of a breakdown. Um, that these players have had to kind of contend with and figure out in the last year that he's kind of popped up on the scene. Um, no one does it like him. and everyone wishes they could play like him. Like, if anyone could spin around in 15 seconds and know where they are in the world, that would be awesome. Like, bro bro was cooking with it. Like, he's kind of a legendary, like, playmaker in the game of GeoGuessr. But the thing is, like, bro's also, like, a kid, and you can tell. It's, like it's so funny to, like, see the way that he, like, conceptualizes his matches and stuff. Um, like, I when he was posting YouTube videos, I was like I watched most of them, and he's always like, "Yeah, I'm washed. I'm washed. It's fine." It's like, "Dude, like, you're, like, in the top 5 in the entire pro scene. What do you mean you're washed?" Um, and then toward the end of the World League, he kind of had, like, a he had some moments where he probably didn't play as well as he'd hoped. There were a few matches where I feel like he was kind of the favorite to win, and he just couldn't pull it off. And I guess I worry that he's kind of lost his love for the game, considering like I haven't seen him on YouTube. I haven't really seen him in the World League, and like when he has been in the World League, like he hasn't been winning nearly as many games as he was in the beginning. And so I kind of worried that he's lost his spark and that he doesn't really want to dedicate the time that he was before into it. And so I guess I just wonder what that will look like in the majors and then eventually the World Cup. Like, I really, like, want him to, like, lock back in, and, like, I want him to, like, find the joy in GeoGuessr, you know? Like, I want him to, like, get back on his grind set, like, and, like, lock the fuck in, because if he does that, like, he's got a chance. Like, Blinky didn't win easily last year, um, but I do think that play level overall has accelerated so quickly in the last year since the last World Cup that if he's going to do well, he's got he's got to get back ahead of the curve because right now it's like he doesn't at least from what he said on his YouTube videos, he's like not playing much anymore. Like he's losing hours like memorize things, I feel like. And obviously, if GeoGuessr is not what he wants to be doing, like, don't take that advice, bro. Like, you do you, king. Like, do what makes you happy. Um, I don't know. It's just like as someone who would like to see him do well because I think that his play style is so unique, and I think that he's like a funny kid. Um, fall back in love with the grind set. You are a monster in the field. Lock the fuck in. Next is Radu C. Radu C is representing the United States. He is ranked third overall in the World League and first in Americas. His best modes are moving and no move. I think they're really basically tied. And his game win rate is 72.0%. So that's kind of a crazy game win rate. Um, so obviously he's one of the favorites to like win this all. Um, as is MK, I think, still at this point. Maybe not as much, but um, this guy, to kind of explain his play style, he's like the protagonist of the GeoGuessr community. He's like the Goldilocks baby bear just right of GeoGuessr, if that makes any sense. Um, Now, unfortunately, I don't have a diagram for this. Conceptualize MK as Papa Bear. His soup's too hot. He guesses too quickly. He's open to he makes mistakes sometimes. He doesn't always get like under control all the information and use that correctly. Most of the time he does. However, there's room for error. So that's Papa Bear. It's just moving maybe a little too quickly. And then we have Mama Bear, Blinky. Mama Bear's soup is too cold. Blinky's taking his time. He's, looking around, finding the road angles. This guy can get so caught off guard by a quicksand, and that's his downfall, is if someone can catch him off guard with not as much information as he'd like, he's cooked because he knows what to do with information, but if he doesn't have information, it's kinda just his best guess. Like, don't get me wrong, obviously Blinky's like a good region guesser, but like when we're talking about MK region guessing, like sometimes he just can't match up. And so that time, like Gradusi is like the baby bear. His porridge is just right. He is a solid region guesser. He knows when to guess quickly, but he also can 5K if he's given the time. Like he's not falling behind in terms of points the longer the round goes on, like MK would be. That's kind of how I conceptualize MK's gameplay. Is like the longer the round goes on, the more likely MK is going to lose points. This guy, now, while he's not as good as the other two at what they're good at, this guy is like a solid mix of both. I think that his skill set really fits the World League because he can contend with all different kinds of play style, but he can also play well on his own, like leading the guessing, like from the front end. You know what I'm saying? This guy, so this guy's like basically the exact same age as me, um, which is kind of funny because God, like I need to like do something. um, so this is why I know I spent a lot of time on this guy. He's like the baby bear porridge of GeoGuessr. I think that if he uses his playstyle capabilities well, he can win the world championship. Now, we move into our biggest major, EMEA. This is our last one. You guys are, if you're still here, you're kind of a champion. And I appreciate it. So, I'm not going to try to say where it is in Sweden, but it's in Sweden. So, our first qualifier, well, actually, our bottom qualifier, but still in the major, is Mata. Mata is representing Italy. He is 19th overall in the World League. So you can kind of see here the disparity between the other majors and the EMEA major in that you have to be way, way more solid and like up in the standings to make the EMEA major, despite the fact that it's twice as big as the other majors. So that being said, he is ranked 12th in EMEA, so he grabbed the last spot. His best mode is moving, and he has a game win rate of 50.5%. This is another one of those guys that I don't really know much about him, but I do know what I see on the camera, and bro has like the most hilarious reaction. Like he's got something to say about everything, man. Like he's like, "Arr," like in the camera, you know? That's why I put those pictures. Um, like, I just wanna, like, talk to him, like, cause he seems, like, really funny. Um, like, we've got to get this guy, like, a post-match interview or, like, a podcast or something, you know? Um, or a YouTube channel. That could be iconic. But, yeah, I was happy to see Bro make it just cause like, I think he was funny, and I wanna, like, know what goes on in his brain. So next we have Pan. Pan's representing Greece. He is ranked 18th in the World League overall, ranked 11th in EMEA. His best mode is no move, and his game win rate is 51.1%. So this guy's pretty new to the pro geo scene, and he was like a pretty big like underdog for the World League. And I didn't think he was gonna make it, but like towards the end, he had like 6 wins in a row or something like that, and like just really locked in. And he is Jake Lyon's pick for underdog to make world champs, so surely that means something. But that's Pan. Lenley. Now Lenley's representing Germany. Um, his World League rank is 16. His EMEA rank is 9. Is I don't know. Maybe my stats are incorrect here somewhere. I don't know. Tell me if they are, but be nice about it. Um, his best mode is NMPZ, and his game win rate is 54.8%. Now, this guy has been very vocal about the fact that he doesn't like the format of the World as has Zigzag. I would say these two have probably been like one of the outspoken ones about it. Because his best mode is NMPZ, so is Zigzags, and so they pretty much only get to play their best mode if it's a tiebreaker. So basically, Lenley has like a massive German YouTube channel that he's like got a lot of notoriety for, I think, at this point. So that's like sweet. Awesome for him. I like that he has like good sense of style and like he's not afraid to be like silly and expressive and like he does like the lights and sunglasses when he wins his games. Yeah, he just seems like a chill dude. Like I would have been friends with him in college. Like he's making a personality for himself and I like that for him. So I hope he does well, even though the format surely does not favor him at all. Um, I wish the best for him. He seems chill. All right, now we move to Clement. Um, Clement is representing Denmark. He is 14th in the World League overall. His EMEA rank is 10. See, I knew these were out of order. I found it. Okay, guys, don't be mean about them. Um, his best mode is no move, and his game win rate is 52.2%. So this guy, I don't really know much about him. Like he has a YouTube channel. But like on his YouTube channel, like I watched his most recent video and he was just like playing games of GeoGuessr. And I didn't really learn too much about him from that, so that wasn't so helpful for making this presentation. He does have good YouTube videos. If you want to learn about how to like region guess America based on car color, study up. He's a good guy for that. Um, I think he's like pretty new to the pro scene, but like he like popped off. Like he did his thing, you know. Um, I don't know if I would predict that he'll make it to the championships, but you know he made it to the majors, so who knows? Like he's a solid player. Okay, next we have Kratsu. Kratsu is representing France. Um, he is ranked 13th in the World League and 7th in the EMEA division. His best mode, according to the World League, is NMPZ, even though I think that he is actually considered more of a moving player usually. And his game win rate is 54.3%. So here's the thing. Do I watch like all of his YouTube videos, despite the fact that I don't know any French and took Spanish in school for 10 plus years? Maybe. And it's funny because I still laugh, even though I don't know what he's saying. Like, Bro just has like this aura. Like, he's got like this personality that's just like, yeah, this kid's funny, you know? Um, and also, I like his glasses and his sweaters. So that's why he gets the certified cutie because he can make me laugh. And also, I don't even know what he's saying. And also, I like his glasses and sweaters. Um, so this guy, I don't know. I think that because he gets the certified cutie award, he also has like a special place in my mind for I hope he makes it far. Um, because I think I don't know. I think he's a funny guy and like also, his chess guesser video, like, I was, like, fucking cracking up, and I don't even like, I think it's just because of, like, the plays they were making, but, like, it was so funny for real. Um, hopefully, fingers crossed, I successfully convinced Jake Lyons to do a chess guessing video. I don't know, it's just quite enjoyable in my silly little mind. Next, Harrier. Harrier is representing the UK. He is ranked 12th in the World League. EMEA, he's ranked 8th. His best mode is NMPZ, and his game win rate is 55.7%. So this guy is another one that has a YouTube channel. Um, I just think of Bro as being like very happy. Um, like he's just a chill guy. Like he's there for fun, but also he like locked the fuck in this season. Like I would not have considered him in the top half of GeoGuessr players before the World League, and now he's locked in, bro. Like he knows his stuff. So what's funny is I feel like in my brain for actually no reason. He's conceptualized as like this villain of the esport, like I think he's secretly gonna make it far. Secretly. What the so I literally have no reason to think he's the villain of the esport. He's not. He's like a dude and he's always happy when I see him like talking. Um and he's been grinding, like he's been putting the work in and it's paid off. Like he's been doing really well. And also he's the son of GeoWizard. So how could you like expect anything less from the son of GeoWizard? Like you just have to realize that the guy's going to lock in. Um and be ready for that. So, looking forward to seeing what he does in the World Championship. And yeah, I promise I don't actually think he's a villain. It's just my head sometimes creates scenarios. So next we have Captain. This is yet another guy that doesn't really seem to have much of an online presence. He's just kind of like I see him in the webcam, and that's kind of it. He is representing Sweden. His World League rank is 8th, so pretty high, top 10. He is ranked 5th in the EMEA. His best mode is moving, and his game win rate is 58.9%. So, bro's mysterious. I don't really know much about the guy. Just kind of like a silent goat, like one of those guys that like I look forward to knowing more of what's going on in their head because I just like bro's not talking anywhere. Um, And also, he gets certified cutie because I think his mustache suits him very well. Um, yeah, that's the silent goat captain, I think. Next, we have Strafan. Strafan is representing Poland. He is ranked 7th in the World League overall. He is ranked 6th in the EMEA, and his best mode is no move. If those stats are wrong, let me know. Like the ranking stats. I don't know. Actually, maybe don't tell me. It's up to you, really. Just be kind. Okay. So if I ever thought Captain was mysterious, this guy, like I wouldn't like know he was a real person if I didn't like see him in his webcam on the World League streams. Um, but also like that's okay, King. Like you can be shy. More power to you because I know privacy is a concern. Um, Not a lot of people sign up for like interviews and stuff when they want to like play a game they enjoy and they're good at. Okay, so next we have someone who holds a bit of a special place in my GeoGuessr heart. This is Finbar. Finbar is representing Ireland. He is ranked 5th in the World League and 4th in the EMEA. His best mode is no move, and his game win rate is a solid 63.3%. Finbar is another person, another one of the pro players with a YouTube channel. And do I watch the majority of his videos? Yes. Um, I've also talked with him like quite a bit about, I don't know, like in YouTube comment sections, but also like about his thoughts on the World League and his Discord. And I just think he's like a very nice guy, and I think that like his opinions on the World League are very valid. Um, and I also think his taste in music is very interesting and funny. He's a big what is her name? God. It's not Taylor Swift, but it's the one whose songs sound exactly like Taylor Swift, but she has short hair. Shit, what is her name, bro? Gracie Abrams. That's her name. He loves Gracie Abrams. Is that my cup of tea? Not particularly. That's okay. I still think it's sweet that he likes Gracie Abrams. I literally have like never heard someone say something negative about him. Like his videos make me smile and whatever. He's also like the Russia master, like if you have Russia against him, like you're shaking, bro. Like it's so scary. Um, like he's really solid. Like in my opinion, he just needs to like own his guesses more. Like he needs to just like go with what he thinks. Um, yeah, I mean, he's one of the other people like I really like wish the best for him and I hope he makes it really far. But yeah, like just like a nice guy, makes me smile, and also really good at the game. So that's my Finbar thoughts. Next we have Debray. So Debray's got quite a different personality from Finbar, I would say. Um, Debray is representing Hungary. His world league rank is 4. His EMEA rank is 3. His best mode is moving, and his game win rate is 68.2%. This guy is the king of oh my god, bro, you cannot say that. Um, see, these next bullet points come from a One Pro One caster on Bloom's channel. Um, he goes, I'm a lesbian in the same way that Jeffrey Epstein was a lesbian. Now, that caught my attention. You are, you're not a lesbian. Surely you're not a lesbian in the same way that Jeffrey Epstein is a lesbian. And Jeffrey Epstein is not a lesbian. Bro is like, Jeffrey Epstein is evil, bro. You don't want to be a lesbian in the same way that Jeffrey Epstein is a lesbian. Um, that was crazy that he said that. Um, he he gets a pass from me for that. Maybe. I don't know. I don't. I think I'm like half scared of him. 'Cause why would you? Why would you say that? He's funny though, and he's like really good at. Um, he has this like insane confidence where like. So I'll tell you a story. At the beginning of the World League, he just wasn't putting together the wins that he needed to put together. I forget whose channel he was on, but he was playing against someone and they were like asking him like, "Oh, like how do you feel about how you're doing in the World League so far?" And he's like, "You know what? I don't care because I'm going to win all the rest of my games and statistically that will work because I've already lost all the games I should lose." And I was like, "What the fuck? That is not how that works, bro." Like, bro, statistics? Probability? Like that's not like bro's not cooking. And yet, he just after that like accelerated to the top of the leaderboard. Um so like his confidence, while like maybe unfounded in mathematical principles, is quite effective. um so more power to him. And he's like another one of those guys where like if I could live a day in this guy's mind, like that would be like so interesting to me. Like I just like I want to know what this guy like thinks. you know Like, how do you get to I am a lesbian in the same way that Jeffrey Epstein is a lesbian, Like, I just want to know. So, those are my Debray thoughts. Next, I move on to Consus. Consus is representing the Netherlands. He is ranked second in the World League and also second in the EMEA major. His best mode is moving, and his game win rate is a very astounding 76.1%. Consus is considered the first coach. He is the World Cup 2023 champion. So like the first like esports GeoGuessr World Cup. Um he knows his stuff. Like he just seems like a sweet, like humble dude. I hope he does well again. Um, I was worried that he was kind of falling off because I think he only made like quarter semifinals in the last World Cup. And so I was like, oh, like, is he like losing his love for the game? Like, blah, blah, blah. But he locked in for World League. Like, he was cooking. Um, so it's been wonderful to, watch him like keep up the grind and whatever. I hope he does well. I mean, I think he has the skill set to do well. I think as long as he can handle a faster pace with decent region guessing, like he's got a solid shot. But yeah, so our last player that we're going to be covering is the number one player both in the EMEA division and the World League. Blinky is representing France. His best mode is moving, and his game win rate is a disgusting 85.4%. Like you got to be betting against yourself if you're playing this guy. Like bro has like the wisdom of 10,000 million trees, you know? Um like he seems like a pretty like normal dude, like he's got a beanie and whatever, except for the fact that he's like a fucking freak of nature. Like the amount that this guy knows is like so astounding that I like can't even comprehend. Um so yeah, if we're basing this on like moving skill and geography knowledge, like he should probably win like every game. He also has a girlfriend who's like in the GeoGuessr community, and I think that that's really sweet, and like I'm happy for them because it's like, oh, they're bonding over like their similar interests. Um, but like he's just like the goat at the game. Like he's the only player to break 100 in points in the World League before any of the majors. Um, like this guy's just fucking good, like scary as hell. So next we're gonna move into the casters. So that was like the big gist of the presentation. What I just went through is all the players. So if you're still here, like I'm impressed, genuinely. Um, yay, yay. I think that means that you think I'm awesome and cool. Anyway, um, our first caster is Ziggy. Ziggy is German. Oh, I didn't put a real picture of him in here. I probably could have tried to find one, but it's kind of hard to find pictures of these guys. Um, if I had to guess, he's probably like pretty funny. Um, and he definitely knows a lot about GeoGuessr. I think he's the only caster other than Toby who hasn't been like in one of the World Cups himself. He's certainly like knowledgeable. Like, he's definitely was a, or at least was, or still is a pro player. And I also feel like he kind of just knows everybody in the community. Like bro, like is friends with everyone, and I don't know how he does it. Um, Next we have Gelotris. So, I mean, kind of the same things as Ziggy. Like he seems funny and nice. Literally something in the GeoGuessr community is that he's Turkish, and so literally no one can mention Turkey without also mentioning Gelotris. Um, every time there's a turkey round, like, oh, Gelotris would know where this is, like it's that kind of thing. If I ship him and Ziggy, God, like, take me away, lock me up. Who cares? Get over it, liberals. Um, Next we have Toby. So Toby's like the token like communications background caster because all the other casters are like GeoGuessr pros. Toby's like the token like communications background caster. Um, he came into GeoGuessr from casting other like shooter games. So he doesn't really know much about the game, but he does know a lot about casting. So I feel like GeoGuessr kind of like stuck him in there to like make sure the other casters were like keeping it together, like keeping things on track. Like not saying shit cam 3 times in a singular minute on the main live stream. Ziggy. Um, like things like that. Like communications backgrounds would know, but like people who are just kind of like doing the casting for fun and money, like wouldn't maybe. I don't know. I don't know what the thought process was on that, but I thought it was funny. Because then CG the other day was like, yeah, we cannot say shit cam on stream. Next, speaking of, we have CG. So Chicago geographer gets Chicago points because I grew up in the Chicago suburbs. So I know he's not a suburbs guy, but sorry that I exist. Lock me up. He just like seems like a nice dude. Like he just seems like he's doing stuff he enjoys. And I loved seeing him like grow to really enjoy casting so much. And like I know he put out that video after the 24 World Cup where he was like very upset with his performance and like not really just like frustrated, I guess. And so I've really like enjoyed seeing him kind of grow and into like a new area of GeoGuessr since the World Cup. Um, like getting into casting and stuff, I think is really great for him. It seems like it's more of like what would make him happy because like I don't think like the grind was making him happy. Um, and I think that casting and like posting on his YouTube channel more is. I'm acting like I literally know these people. I don't know these people. I'm just like saying things. So if I'm wrong, like lock me up, sue me. There's nothing you guys can do about it. I'm just saying things. I've definitely like talked to him like not in depth about anything, but like a few interactions here and there on Twitch and YouTube. But I have been like following his YouTube channel for quite a long time now, like probably over a year. And it's been like really cool and nice to see how much he's grown and like how he kind of changed trajectories after the World Cup to kind of like fit more of what he like would need and what would make him happy. Like I just really appreciated that. He also gets a certified cutie award because I just think he's sweet and I think that he's doing what he loves. And that's cute. Next we have Project Bloom. This is probably the person that I've like from this video that I've interacted the most with. Like he just seems like from what I can tell, like he's just like a very nice and kind guy. Um, confirmed he's okay with lesbians. Like Deborah, however, like who um so obviously like he's like a super good caster. I feel like he has like a good balance between like GeoGuessr knowledge, but also like that like communications-esque like style of speaking. Um, so like I really think that like he's an entertaining caster because he has like the knowledge and the professionalism all in one. And also he's my singular Twitch subscription, which I did purchase last night. But yeah, like he's just like a funny dude and like he puts up with my shit in his Discord. So by my shit, I mean just like asking people like a daily question. I think they like my daily questions. I don't know. um, but yeah. Next we move to Jake Lyons. So this guy is like he's has like a Blinky level of knowledge, but if Blinky knew the same amount of things in like six other categories of information. He's like an encyclopedia for and so like when I was writing this, I was kind of like thinking about like when this guy needs a nap, does he like just stare at the ceiling and like play out a game of chess or two in his head? And then like he like gets up and he's like, oh, ready to go. Like that's the vibes that Jake Lyons gives. Um, he was kind of in a similar spot to CG after the 24 World Cup, where it was just like he couldn't put in the time and like maybe didn't have the motivation, I don't know, but like to like compete. And it was like pretty disappointing and something that he was really frustrated about, similar to CG. And again, similarly, I've really enjoyed seeing him find his stride in casting and like just like find something that he's excited about. Like he was organizing like that moving tournament that I thought was like a really cool format. I really hope he does another one of those soon. But like it's like you can I kind of like saw him start to enjoy the game more again. And that made me happy to see because he's really good at the game. He's a moving specialist, so he's really into like 5K basically. That's like his thing. He knows how to use information really well. Again, he's like a freak of nature level of knowledge about so many different things. Um, so he does like follow me on Instagram, and I also played 2v2s with him for a bit the other day. And that was my first time that I ever got to like talk to someone who also played GeoGuessr, and like play 2v2s with them to like actually talk through the games like in voice chat. Um, and it was like so like since I've played with like a few more people and it's been like very nice, but it was so cool to actually for the first time be able to like talk through my thoughts with someone else. Like I had never gotten to do that before because I only like really recently got super involved in the GeoGuessr community. So it was kind of just like me like typing to my teammate sometimes when I did play 2v2s. But that was the first time that I ever like got to play with like another GeoGuessr player. And obviously it's Jake Lyons, so like I'm getting a a lot of good feedback. Um yeah, like he was like super nice to do that. And, like, overall, like, every interaction I've had with him has just, like and I've talked with him probably, like, a fair bit compared to the others. Um, he's just, like, a super nice dude, like, just, like, enjoying his YouTube channel, like, enjoying his other leagues that he's playing in, just, like, doing his thing, and I appreciate that, and I'm glad he's, like, found his stride after that, like, frustrating World Cup. Yeah. So, next we're moving into we're so close, guys. We're literally so close to being done. Um, next week, I wanted to kind of give more of an overview about what the World League looks like in my eyes. And to do that, I have prepared some helpful diagrams. Um, so our first diagram is the cars diagram. So I wanted to put together something that would kind of help you guys conceptualize our four main players, at least in my opinion, for the title of like world champion in 2025. Now, there's others for sure that could sneak in there. And I'm not saying that this is like a complete list of anyone who could win it. But if we want to look at like who's in the running, locked in, has a shot. Um, I want to take you guys through these characters and explain why. So I think I'm first gonna start with Blinky. So Blinky, I gave Doc to Blinky because he can really put it to the test and like show what he's got, you know? Like Doc's an old dude. Like Doc's worn out, but like he's solid. Like he puts together a good race, you know? Next we move to Consus. Now I don't know the car's name, but I do know that the car in the movie. Um, he's like the guy that's like suave and used to winning. And I think that Consus is a little more humble than this guy, but I do think that this guy relates to him in the fact that like he's up there with like he's in the pack, like doing what he needs to do, and he can put himself in a position to win, you know? Like is he the favorite? Probably not. But he's proven time and time again that he can be right up there. Next, we go to MK. Now, I gave MK the mean green car because of MK's playstyle. And also they have similar mustaches now that I'm looking. Um, but MK's playstyle is a bit harsh to the other players. And this is not a reflection of him. This is a reflection of how he plays. He plays very quickly. The other players are not ready for that. He plays aggressive, which is not typical for a racing style, you know? Like he gets aggressive um in his play style. And most other cars on the racetrack aren't really doing that. They're kind of just playing their own game, whereas MK's playing against the MK's betting on him being able to absorb information the quickest. And the longer MK lets a round continue, the less chance he has of getting points, in my opinion. So, what he does is he steps in. He puts an end to the racing, you know? He's like, "I'm a sprinter, no, I don't do distance." And that's fair. I don't do distance either. I like to race sometimes outside, but only like not very far. I gave Radu C Lightning McQueen. And here's why. So, as I said on his slide, he's kind of like the protagonist of the GeoGuessr World Championship, I think. And that's because he's got a balance of all these guys. He's got pretty equal skill level in moving and no moving, whereas Blinky Consus are moving specialists. MK is a no moving specialist. Radu's kind of got it all. He's got a good balance of skills. He can handle the pressure of MK, uh, but he can also, put the slow rounds right alongside Blinky and Consus. Maybe not as well as Blinky and Consus. Maybe he's not as fast as MK. But he can compete with all of them. And so he's in a really good spot if he can put himself in a position in this race to, just inch ahead. Um, like he can handle the mean green car. He can also handle the steady, like slow racing. So he's kind of got it all. Like he just needs to stay solid and cook. So now we're gonna move to our next diagram. This is the Kung Fu Panda diagram. Um, this is related to the casters, so you kind of all know, like you kind of know how they all fit together. So first, I'm gonna start with Gelotris and Ziggy. So I gave them both Tai Lung because they're kind of like twins in my head. And like they are two entirely different people, but like when I'm being silly, they're twins. Um, and so that's why they get the same character. So I gave them Tai Lung because he does his job. He's good at his thing. He's got a bit of an ego. He's got a bit of pride, but he gets the job, you know? Then we move over to Jake Lyons. Now, I gave Jake Lyons the Tiger Lady um, because the Tiger Lady's got some serious, like solid achievements. Like she's got stuff to back herself. Like she, like she performs in the moment, but she also she's got some serious skills, some serious achievements that like she brings along with her. And I think that that's very indicative of Jake Lyons just because of the sheer amount of knowledge that he holds. I gave Mantis to CG because I feel like he just always is there to add something. Like he's like around and he's like, "Oh yeah, actually." And like it's actually like a good point that's like solid. And then he's also like when you least expect it, he's like doing something funny. The least noticed guy, I feel like, with like such a crucial role, I think. So next I feel like I want to move to Toby. So I gave Poe to Toby because Toby doesn't know anything about GeoGuessr. Like he's just starting to like learn things now. And so he's kind of been like trained by all of the other casters to kind of be this guy who can like test GeoGuessr and know about GeoGuessr with his background in casting. I've been talking for so long, bro. Um, so Bloom got Master Shifu. This is because Bloom is not the OG GeoGuessr caster who used to be a pro player. Um, but he carries on that legacy. Like he's bringing along what he's been taught by his, like confidants prior. You know what I mean? And we'll get into said confidant. Um, but he's got the knowledge, he's got the wisdom, he can put together a solid analysis. Um, he's the right guy for the job. And like while he's kind of becoming more of like the wise guy of casting that um always knows what to do in every given situation compared to some of the newer ones. Um Like, he's not the OG, but he carries on that legacy. Next, we get into the OG. We have Rainbolt, which I gave him Master Oogway because he's kind of faded out of the scene and disappeared. Um, Rainbolt like really pushed forward the esport of GeoGuessr like a lot. And then it seems like he just kind of lost interest. And like that's okay. But he's the Master Uwe of the GeoGuessr esports scene. Like he pushed this legacy, and then Bloom and all these other guys kind of took it over from there, carried it on. Yeah. I think that that is the gist of the Kung Fu Panda diagram. And I have one more diagram I'd like to show you, and that's the format diagram. So there have been a lot of concerns about the World League format in GeoGuessr. So to kind of assist with your understanding of that, I've put together this diagram. So here we have, I don't know if you'll be able to see my mouse, we have Zigzag. Zigzag loves NPZ, the game mode. No moving, panning, or zooming, just a still screen. The World League destroys an NPC, right? Because every game is a best of three. The first game is moving, the second game is no moving, and the third game is NMPZ, which means that you only get to play NMPZ if you win at least one of the other two games, right? So if that's your best game mode, like you're just getting hooked on something that you don't even like, you know? So that's why Zigzag is heartbroken and set on revenge against the World League. And that's why a player like Blinky, like he's like, that's fine. I don't care. Although I will say that Blinky has been outspoken that he also doesn't like the World League, but it was more just for like comedic effect that I put in there because he's like the moving guy, you know? So like I don't actually like he didn't say that he doesn't care. So like don't quote my speech bubble. It's just for representation. Now we move into some frequently asked questions. Now I didn't include too many of these. Just kind of what I thought would be helpful. Um, so is it fair a lot of people are like, well, 19 alligators, since like I haven't heard what you have to say on this. Like I've heard everyone else's opinion, but I have not heard from the YouTube channel 19 alligators. Do you 19 alligators think that the World Cup is or the World Championship is a fair analysis of whether these players are like where these players are in the actual standings in terms of skill in the GeoGuessr community? Um so no, I not really. So there's a few different reasons. Um, it's like it's kind of stupid because it also has to be entertaining, and I think that this was something that Bloom pointed out in his like recent video as well. But GeoGuessr has an esport, like the devs have to make it palatable to an audience that isn't just the GeoGuessr community. So they include things like round limits, like multipliers, like NMPZ being a tiebreaker to make these things more exciting. And if you're not a GeoGuessr player, like it probably makes it more exciting. It probably does what it's supposed to. But if you are like at least in the GeoGuessr community, like studying some kind of geography, like have some kind of understanding of what these players are doing, it can be really frustrating. And if you're a player, I can't imagine how frustrating that is. Like that sucks, bro. Like it's not a fair situation for players. Like it's not a objective assessment of skill for GeoGuessr players. A lot of it is luck. And I think that if players are looking for an objective assessment of skill, the GeoGuessr World League, the GeoGuessr World Championship might not be the place for them. Like maybe there's a different league that can be created that is more focused on just raw skill, like statistics rather than chance and excitement. Um, because I definitely like 19 Alligators, the all knower, has heard from a lot of people that the format kind of sucks. And that's fair. And I also don't think they're going to change it very much. Like, I could see that, like, they've definitely gotten a lot of heat. Like, GeoGuessr as a company has gotten a ton of heat for the way that they did the World League, whether that's the Devrick situation, whether that's the round limit, the multipliers, etc. Um, the length of the season also really stressful for players. That's a lot of time commitment for very little monetary return. Um, yeah, so no, it's not fair. And no, I don't think they're going to change too much, unfortunately. Um, while I would love for GeoGuessr to be free and everyone to automatically love geography, I just don't think that it's something the GeoGuessr devs are going to see as changeable. Um, and so I think that there is a market for like a more fair World Cup, basically. Because I don't think the GeoGuessr is going to implement the changes that everyone wants them to make. So those are my thoughts on that. Next, we move into who do I think is going to win it all? When I tell you everyone has been asking 19 alligators, who do you think is going to win the world championship in 2025? And I'm like, guys, like I'll get to it. Like, don't even worry. Like, my upcoming video will go through all of it. Um, and they're like, 19 alligators, please. And I'm like, no, So who do I think is gonna win it all? That's a huge question. Um, and I didn't like put together a bracket or anything, so I'm not sure. Like they haven't released even like the majors, like who will be playing each other. And like I know Finbar did a good like guess video on like what the matchups are gonna be for the majors and stuff. But that's kind of in the weeds for me, and I'm a little lazy. So I just picked an overall winner. So who do I think is gonna win? Probably Blinky. Um, and you're like, well, 19 alligators, why Blinky? You made RC the protagonist. I didn't do that, first of all. That's just like that. Second of all, I don't think it's RC's time yet. I think that we are still in the Doc Hudson era, if you will, going back to our cars diagram. I think that Blinky is, at this point in time, far ahead of his competition. And I think that there is a chance that someone could beat him in the finals. I statistically that's possible given the format of the World Cup or the World Championship and multipliers, round limit, things like that. There's definitely a chance that someone beats him. However, I think that Blinky clearly has the most solid shot of taking the championship. He is far ahead of his competition in the World League. He has put together like astounding performances and guesses very regularly throughout the World League. He won the World Cup last year. I just think that statistically, he's got the best shot. And that might not be like the fun underdog answer that everyone is looking for from the 19 alligators, but realistically, I think that's what will happen. Now, if you ask me who I want to win, that's a different question because I want like five people to win. So I can't tell you that. Um, or maybe even like 7 or 10 people to win. But I think who will win is Blinky. I think that the format is kind of designed for him to win. I think that he has the skills, the knowledge, he has the consistency, and I think he'll put it together pretty easily. So, this is my video. If you are watching this slide, I am shocked. Uh, so just some reminders as you're leaving. Please be nice to me. Please be nice to the people I talked about. And also, what do you think of the things I said? And what would you like to add? And what things do you wish I elaborated on? And if you are actually any of the people I talked about, feel free to add or modify the things that I said in the comments. Because again, like, I'm just like talking, like, I'm just like saying shit. So, like, really just, just add, pile on, man. Just like be nice though. That could be fun. Um, to my probably like 1 to 3 viewers, I love you with my whole heart, and I'm sending you kisses. Um, this has been 19 Alligators, the YouTube channel, which may or may not ever make a return. Let me know if that's something you would like. This is editing 19 Alligators here. I just wanted to add some more things that I kind of forgot to do in my whole giant first take shit show, you know. So none of that was scripted at all. I was just kind of talking. So I'm really sorry about all of the likes and ums. Trust me, I noticed. But thank you so much for sitting through my passion project. I have been working on this kind of inconsistently over the past few weeks. Just something to keep me busy, you know. Maybe a little bit nuts, but who cares? It's all for fun. So even if you watched like 2 minutes of this video, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And if you watched the whole thing, I am appalled that you would do that to yourself, but thank you nonetheless. And I do wish and hope that you might have slightly smiled maybe one time throughout the course of this hour-and-a-half long video. And I would also like to deeply apologize for the microphone and editing quality. I bought $15 microphones from Amazon and they performed about as expected. And in terms of the editing quality, the Microsoft editing software came with my laptop. So take that. And please do tell me if you have any interest in the 19 Alligators YouTube channel ever making a return of any kind. Maybe not a PowerPoint presentation, because that might be kind of boring. But I don't know, like GeoGuessr gameplay. Maybe in like a few weeks if I don't forget about it. Please tell me, because then I'll feel like loved and special and like people enjoyed the video. I might not listen, but it might also push me to make another video. Also, lastly, I will leave you with, please don't take anything I said in this video seriously. I don't really know about these people for real. Like, they're all just guys I see in Discord every once in a while, basically. And I see their, like, public interviews. It's not like I really know these people personally, obviously. So, like, I was just, like, being silly and whatever. Um, don't like make judgments of their personality based on me like giving them a photo of Skibbity Toilet on their slide. Um, like they're just people, I don't know them. But yeah, just wanted to make sure I said double thank you for watching. And yeah, editing 19 Alligators out.